Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Fox Ranger Gore Tex pants. Now, Fox is fully jumping into the adventure riding segment out there, and they have three new options within their line. They have the Ranger, which I have here on my left. You have the Defend just above that, and then the Recon as their top echelon within the line. All are going to be designed for about 3 to 4 seasonality. All use Gore Tex laminated main construction. It's going to be the features, the fit, and how expensive the materials are that they're using that really decides the different features throughout there. And the Ranger line is going to be the entry-level price point, and I say that knowing that it comes at $500 in the price point, but keep that in mind, this is going to be the lower of the three in the line as Fox jumps into these new ones. They're all, like I said before, going to be designed for 3 to 4 seasonality, so you have good ventilation through, no thermal included, but that waterproof liner is there if you need to push it into the colder months of the year. But before I get too long-winded on all the features and everything like that as we work our way through these pants, let's talk about the overall fit, because I do have quite a lot to say about that one there. I have on the Ranger on my left is being worn by Norman. He is 6'3", 220 pounds, usually wears a 34 in his US jeans, and measures his belly button right about 40 inches right around the belly button area, and he's currently wearing the size 36. Now, what I'd say is right around your normal US jean size, maybe one size up from that, is probably gonna be the best fitment for you here. I also wear typically a 34, 36, and the 36 fits me pretty spot on when it comes to these. But again, $500, coming in sizes ranging from 28 up to 44. This particular option in the Ranger comes in 2 colorways. We have the khaki and gray, which I really dig, and then there's an all blacked out version to match the jacket too. Looking at the main construction here, I mentioned it before, it's going to be Gore Tex, so it is laminated waterproof to the outer shell, and it is guaranteed for the life of the garment from Gore Tex. So if you're buying that investment of that name brand for that waterproofing, you are getting that guarantee behind it. If the waterproofing fails, Gore will replace it outright for you, and I've always dug that about their brand. But it's going to be 2 different main construction materials. Everywhere you see that is khaki in its color on this particular colorway is going to be Gore Stretch main construction, and then you have their SPL 400 in the gray areas, which is a higher abrasion resistant material. You can see that on the outer sides. Typically, it's where you're going to be rubbing against branches, hitting things as you go by, or going down. You'll see it at the seat as well. It's where you're going to need that abrasion resistance. So I like that they're beefing up that material while providing stretch everywhere else that you want it. Couple of snaps and a zipper main entry up top, and then some Velcro adjusters at each side with a pop of reflective on the side. That's probably my one other complaint with these pants. I wish it had more reflective. The only reflective is tucked up here, which we'll see in a second when Norman turns to the side. You get 2 different zippers on the side. You have a cargo style pocket right here that is a waterproof pocket, and then a massive ventilation port going through on each thigh to really get as much air in to cool off your legs as much as possible. A little bit of pre-curve to the knee, and that's where you're gonna get this CE level 2 armor at the knees. It's the LP2 armor, so it's very ventilated, a little bit thicker than we've seen from the CE level 1 versions, but that's how you get that added protection, and it is adjustable, so you can adjust where it sits at the knee. Now, one thing to point out is you do get that CE level 2 at the knee, you get nothing at the hips, and you can't add it in. There's actually no hip pockets in there. I talked to Fox about this, and I would love to see them add that in a future iteration, at least give customers the option to add in hip armor if they want. If you want to add in hip armor and you really want to go with these pants, you just have to wear like a base layer, an armored base layer. Like you see Moose has a few out there, Climb has a few out there. You just want to add that in there for that added protection. Again, a little bit of pre-curve. You do have leather at the inside, but let's get a good look at that. Norm, can you go ahead and turn to the side and kick that left leg back for me? You can see that leather is on the inside just so you can grip the bike, and it has a little bit more resilience to it as you're gripping over time. But I do like that. We find that it fits best over the boot, not under the boot, but that's going to make sense for the waterproofing to continue all the way down. You don't want to have any open area at the top of the boot to allow water in. So these are going to be an over the boot option on here. And you can see it is a zipper main entry at the base. And I love what they did with the 3 snaps down at the base here. They actually tilt up at an angle. So as you tighten the pants down, if you need to pull those in, you actually pull the slack away from the ground so it's not dragging. I really dig that they thought that through. You can go ahead and turn to the back for me. Norman, you got a pretty clean upper back design, but what I want to point out is they're using that SPL 400 as well as some Cordura fabric at the seat. Again, that's a high abrasion zone just over time using it on the seat, but also if you go down and have a slide, there's a very highly prone area to have the abrasion hit, so it's nice that they've beefed it up there. Really clean rest of the back of the design pants. No exhaust vents. Again, that's what you're going to get if you bump up to the Defend or the Recon. It's just more ventilation throughout. That's kind of across the entire line, more ventilation, more features, but you do get those massive intake vents. I just wish there was a slit in the back to allow that to escape out the back as well. I find anything around the thighs when it comes to ventilation is usually the best on those hotter, hot days. Go ahead and turn to the front for me, dude. So there you have the Fox Ranger Gore Tex pants. Again, within their line, this is going to be the entry level point within the 3 new ADV lines we've seen Fox launch this year. And I love that they're using Gore Tex. I love that they're using a good amount of Gore stretch throughout, and you get that CE level 2 armor. Fox, if you're listening, I'd love to see this bumped up from CE level A to CE AA, as well including some hip armor there. For this price point, for the other features that you're getting, I think that's just become to be expected for customers out there looking at new pants. But if you have any other questions about this, click the info button. That'll take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the all-new Ranger. And if you still have questions after that, or if you're confused as to which option to go with, the Ranger, the Recon, or the Defend, or if you have questions on sizing, since it is a little bit screwed up from Fox's sizing chart, give our customer service team a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Norman and I and checking out the all-new Fox Ranger Gore Tex pants. I'm Pat. I'll see you in the next video.